Hey, you're listening to The Fatboy Show on your number one station, RX Radio. Let it be said here today that the body positivity movement is officially dead. Thank you, Lizzo. So
It's
as you know,
scam.
Lizzo is the queen of the body positivity movement.
The face.
The face of it. Literally every major magazine has had Lizzo on the cover and have said this is the new face of beauty.
And it's funny they say face because when you say the face of beauty, I agree. Lizzo does have a pretty face.
She is pretty.
She is pretty. I actually think her cheekbone structure is amazing for someone.
She has nice facial features.
Very nice facial features.
So
the face of body positivity, yes. The body of body positivity,
not quite.
Then it gets worse.
So the thing is, so why are we saying that the body positivity movement is dead? It's because there's been a terrible unraveling of the whole Lizzo scam. You see, even though she's the so-called face of body positivity and fat acceptance, it turns out she herself doesn't embody and implement those same values in her own life. It turns out she fat shames people who work for her. Her dancers were terminated. They had their contracts terminated because they gained too much weight.
Yeah, I thought that was the whole big girls shining, right?
That's what was the whole point of it.
Wasn't that the premise of a reality TV show?
I believe so.
Picking,
fat women and making them glow up and
like that Redman video from the 90s. I'll be that.
I remember that.
That starts with the skinny chicks dancing, and Redman shows up with a brush and just chases them off the stage, and then brings these big mamas. I was so excited by that video. By the first time I saw it, I was like, "This is different." We didn't know it would be reality 20 years later.
Well, here we are, and I follow Daily Mail on Facebook. I don't know what it is about Daily Mail. They just seem so enamored by Lizzo. There's always an article of Lizzo, and it says Lizzo stuns in amazing tank top. Lizzo looking gorgeous in. Have you encountered those articles?
You got me a tank top. Yes, I've seen those articles.
They're constantly being published, and usually in the comments, everyone's just trolling them to hell. Like, really?
I mean, you have to. This is
anyway,
not even. But,
and so when people troll her about her weight and stuff like that, usually her defenders, mostly in woke media, all say, come on, don't be such a hater. Anyone can be beautiful at whatever size. Don't discriminate. And so just trying to paint the picture that you can be beautiful and gorgeous even if you're morbidly obese.
Two things. Number one, I believe everyone can be beautiful at any size, right? I don't think we're equally attractive at any size. Because for me, that's how I choose to address it. Because when you say she's not beautiful, no, facially she is, and I think anyone being looked at by the right person would be beautiful.
I do find her personality to be grotesque, though.
Very, and that is part of the problem. Because when people talk about Lizzo, they're not just talking about the big chubby chick, right? But also that has been her identity for the longest time. It's like gay people who come and say, "Hi, my name's Gary, I'm gay," and you're like, well, you could have said I work in Silicon Valley, but you went with that. So Lizzo has been that person. "Hi, my name's Lizzo, I'm big," right? And that has been her thing, which wouldn't have been a problem. But Lizzo would go twerk unprompted at basketball games on a court where there's children in a mini thong.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, "Oh no, you're just disgusted because of her size." Well, we would have the same problem if it was someone skinny, who would be less repulsive.
What about
the
time she played the flute
and then twerked,
belonging to one of the founding fathers of the United States, James Madison? So I wouldn't go as far as call it a sacred object, but it is an musical instrument that belongs to someone held in very high esteem in the United States. And to then denigrate it and debase it by engaging in such a grotesque act of twerking, and it pissed off a lot of people.
It wasn't necessary.
Okay, so the thing is, given that she's been revealed to be a fat shamer herself, even her defenders are quiet.
And that's the saddest part, which for me is also the best part. Because it just goes to show you this whole thing was a hoax from the beginning. Her defenders genuinely do not believe in the package they're selling her. And me, honestly, if I were to be frank, right? I think Lizzo is also kind of a victim of the whole movement she created.
How's that?
They've been gassing her up so much. She's used to being defended.
Ah.
You get, of she can do no wrong.
Okay.
If I can relate it to something in Uganda, the Mayanja brothers are experiencing the same problem. When they are called out on anything, their fans jump in.
Okay.
And immediately be like, no, you guys are just haters. What?
So
what?
they feel so emboldened that they'll go on stage and start smooching each other.
Yes. Wow.
As they famously do.
That photo caught me off guard. But yeah, that's the Lizzo thing.
Okay,
It's
so and
immunity.
I like what you said, that even they don't believe this whole fat acceptance thing. They know
don't.
that obesity is unhealthy.
They do.
Even obese people know. I was one myself. I look at myself in the mirror and be like,
Well
you know,
done.
I'd struggle to find clothes to wear. I always looked awkward. I could never wear t-shirts. I could never wear tight-fitting clothes. I always felt like I looked just off. So I was always wearing oversized clothes, very unflattering clothes, and I looked like, you know, way older than my age. Now, I had made several attempts to try to manage my weight, but that been unsuccessful. So for a while, I just sort of gave up. But not for a moment did I think I looked good.
Yeah.
And yes, I called myself Fatboy during that time, but people don't know this, but it was a hack. I was fat shaming myself.
You beat them to it.
I beat them to
Beat
it.
them to the punch.
So they're calling me Fatboy, Fatboy, Fatboy. Yeah, I guess it's true. I am fat. You know what? Let me own that name.
Yeah.
To serve as a daily reminder that I am fat.
And it became a brand.
And it became a brand.
Yeah.
Now, eventually, I figured out how I could change the weight situation, and I've been successful. And I talk about my journey, and I try to inspire others too.
Yeah, but your inspiration is seen as trolling.
Isn't it funny though?
No, I've seen it on Twitter where you post something
Yeah.
about like losing weight, and people come in to be like, why are you judgmental? Why are you telling people to lose weight? Your journey is not everyone's journey. I'm like,
Weren't
okay.
you fat for like all those years?
Yeah, and
So just shut up.
and people have kept asking this question. It's a cliche by now, but it's the most factual thing about this whole body positivity movement
What's
pushed
that?
by Lizzo.
Uh-huh.
You know, every woman's telling Lizzo she's beautiful, right?
True.
But they get mad when you tell them they look like Lizzo.
I've seen that meme.
Yeah,
It's
I've
very
seen
popular.
that meme, and at first I was like, yeah, this is funny. Then it keeps getting truer every day, because even now that they are quiet about the actions, they're like, oh, so we were just gassing up the sisterhood
Right.
to push her to do her things. Now you have someone out of control.
And it's so unfortunate because black women in the United States are the most overweight demographic. You get it? And so you are doing them no favors
At
by
all.
by this body positivity. You need to, they in particular need to be encouraged to control their weight because
Yes.
they're most at risk of diseases related to like
Li-
obesity, lifestyle
diseases.
illnesses.
Yeah. Non-communicable
Heart attacks, strokes,
Yeah.
blood pressure, diabetes, all this kind of stuff. And yet you're called an ist, a phobe, for just mentioning scientific facts about weight.
They throw all sorts of insults at you. Me, personally, the one thing I'm also realizing is the people who are most vocal about rights and a whole bunch of things are usually the same perpetrators of, the things that violate the very rights they're talking about. Like Lizzo is very prominent in body shaming, yet she's the face of body positivity. Greta Thunberg, the face of climate change, is taking highly advanced means of transportation
Yeah.
with massive carbon emissions
Massive.
to tell us to tone it down. Activism, I think, nowadays is just, how can I put it? A go-to for people who lack purpose.
Yeah, I think so.
So let me just attach myself to something. And then we have encouraged this kind of activism whereby it doesn't matter what you do, it's the cause that's important.
That's what you say.
Yes.
So do you think, given that, do you think it's possible for Lizzo to survive this? I'm not talking about the legal thing because she is being sued, but just from a cultural perspective, do you think as a cultural force she can survive this? Do you think she will effectively be cancelled? Because that's what they're trying to do.
I don't think they're going to cancel Lizzo.
Do you think she'll be forgiven?
Not even forgiven. This will be ignored until it blows over. Then she'll pop back in. This is probably not
Do you
going to
think
make
cancel culture is dead?
Cancel culture is selective. Lizzo is going to be forgiven simply for being on the right side of history in the moment, which is left. You get of this is one atrocity.
But
we
she
can let her
went
get away
after.
with.
But you see, the problem with her is she went after the wrong demographic, don't you think? I mean, she was going after black women. She was telling, like, because apparently when you're a black musician, you only hire black dancers. But she was telling them, she was the one fat shaming them. So how is it that she can? Don't you think that community is gonna just look upon her very unfavorably, and they tend to be quite a powerful force on social media.
Oh,
Black
they're
Twitter.
very vocal.
Black Twitter can really get you cancelled.
The trick with cancelling Lizzo now, if Lizzo got cancelled after the case has been resolved, I can be like, okay, yeah. But as of now, it's just still an allegation. And it would be wrong of us because of the things we've been saying about other people. Like, it's an allegation, let's wait and see. So I'm giving Lizzo painfully, I'm giving Lizzo the same
benefit of
her
doubt.
the same courtesy and benefit of doubt. Though the things said about her, I'm like, oh wow, woman, you are wild.
But
like,
the thing
this
about
is
the
R. Kelly
bananas
level.
and the coochies seems to be true, because she even talked about it in a radio interview.
Yes. I saw it and I'm like, oh, homegirl. Don't sell your debauchery in interviews, man. But that's where we stand now, honestly.
Now, I don't know if the case is going to be televised, because if it is, it'll be the best television you'll ever watch.
Since Amber Heard.
Since
Amber Heard's trial. Oh.
And my goodness, and if it turns out, say, if she's acquitted or not found guilty, it would be such a boon to her career. It'll just... Do you know what I mean? It'll just take her to very high places.
If she's acquitted and not found guilty, it's going to crush a lot of movements also.
Why do you say that?
People have been cancelled for less without evidence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think that if she is acquitted, whenever other people come with other similar allegations, they will not be taken seriously?
You will have to accord them the same benefit of doubt. Aziz Ansari was cancelled over bad sex.
Okay.
As in, it was all consensual.
But
It's just she didn't enjoy it.
is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she went and claimed it was sexual assault or sexual harassment.
And
of
how
some
did that
kind.
how did that end up?
No, that's what broke the Me Too movement. Because everyone's like, okay, now you guys have crossed the line. Like, there's a difference. We need to redefine
So
harassment.
between that and then Johnny Depp,
And then Johnny Depp.
so all of a sudden Me Too isn't looking
and
to...
then you're looking at how Amber Heard was favored, wasn't removed from the movies or any of the projects. Depp was fired from every Warner Brothers and Disney thing. Jonathan Majors, same thing. You get
and
Aziz Ansari.
he's yet to have his day in court.
Yeah. We still have Amber Heard in Aquaman, and we are probably still going to have Lizzo running the streets because the rules are different for women. Like,
Unfortunately.
this is what's funny, and this is what I've been telling a friend of mine. Women don't see another woman doing things to them as sexual harassment.
So you think
They
they'll...
legitimately don't. They'll let it slide. You get, because it's between women. If Lizzo was a dude, they would have deleted his photos from the internet by now. Like, that's what I'm saying. Just based on her gender alone and her race, Lizzo is very likely to get away with this.
Yeah, I mean, look at R. Kelly, yeah? They just locked him up and threw away the key.
To be fair, R. Kelly's had been like 20 years in the making. Like, every time that guy survived the case, he released the song, "Storm is over." If survives another case, Fiesta. Like, did you not?
But that only took him so far.
R. Kelly, every time he survived the case, he released the gospel song.
I didn't notice that.
Storm is over was after, I think, the 2001 case. You Saved Me was after the 2005 or 2004 case.
My goodness.
Like, he keeps releasing gospel songs after he wins a case.
So I'm sure he had a bunch of them lined up for after being released from discharge, but
he'll probably drop them when he gets out.
which is never, from the look of things.
We have missed gospel music.
Okay, I am quite pleased to see that fat shaming will make a return. I think because she has legitimized it. She has made it okay.
Yeah.
Even people who previously would have criticized me for fat shaming, some of them were defending Lizzo, saying, well, you know, if you're a dancer, you're supposed to be in shape. And these are sentiments that I've never previously expressed before.
Yeah, so if you're a dancer, you're supposed to be in shape. Doesn't Lizzo dance too?
Now, people have speculated about that because, if you watch her performances, you will have to wonder how it is she's able to do this night after night and still stay that size. But weight management is all about maintaining a calorie deficit. You're supposed to be consuming less calories than you're burning. Than you're burning. You're supposed to burn more calories than you're consuming.
Yeah.
And so, look, she can go on a show and burn 1,000 calories. Or even 2,000, which, by the way, that's like a super heavy workout.
Proper one.
But if you're stuffing yourself with food of 3,000 calories, then you've wasted time.
You're doing okay.
You're not going to change. I remember when I still hadn't cracked the weight loss code, I used to walk from Crane Chambers, where my workplace was. I'd walk from there to my current home, which is in Chihuatule. Yeah. And it was a 11-kilometer journey.
Yeah.
And so I would track it on my phone app, and it would tell me I've burnt 500 calories. And I'm like, wait, that's like, do you know how many calories are in a bottle of soda? Like 300. So if after that 5-hour walk, I went and drank a soda and ate a donut, like,
it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
I've accomplished nothing. And this is what a lot of people do when they're trying to lose weight, because they feel like, oh, that was such a crazy workout. They don't calculate the calorie stuff, so they then go binge on stuff their faces with junk food, not realizing that they've now undone all of the gains they've made with their workout.
Damn.
So you have to really think about this stuff.
Yeah, man. You wonder. You have a valid point. We need to check Lizzo, man. Like, at this point, she may just be full of air.
Well, I'm not gonna take away the fact that she's extremely talented.
Oh, no lie there.
She's a very talented entertainer and a great singer too.
Yeah.
Her music is good.
She has a voice.
But she's gonna have to sing a different tune, because a lot of her music has been sort of positivity based, accepting yourself for who you are. I don't know that those messages will work anymore. She's just gonna have to embrace her dark side and just go in that direction.
And also, we need to consider the hardcore fans who are not going to change their opinion of her regardless. There are those who are just like, oh, she represents me, so I don't care. There are those people.
Well, let's see. This will be a testament to the power of effective PR. That's if she's able to crawl out of this ditch. Or if she doesn't, well, it'll be a lesson in humility that a lot of people need to learn.
A lesson in integrity.
And integrity.
What you say needs to match what you're doing.
It's about damn time. Keep listening to The Fatboy Show on RX Radio.